Friends or Quakers believe that God is present in everyone, and they believe in a Christian value of loving the enemies. And at Quaker House, people are trying to live that out in a way that comes to terms with being in the middle of a war-making society, and what does it mean to love our enemies, and how do we pay attention to ending war, and at the same time, how do we help all the many different people who are hurt by war and war-making.
My name's Lenore Yarger, and I'm a counselor with Quaker House and the GI Rights Hotline.
I'm Steve Woolford. I'm also a counselor with Quaker House and the GI Rights Hotline.
And Quaker House is a nonprofit located in Fayetteville, North Carolina, home to Fort Bragg. We have many different programs, and one of them is to counsel people through the GI Rights Hotline. We also have a domestic violence counseling service for survivors of military domestic violence. And we also speak out against drone warfare and torture and other aspects of war publicly.
So the GI Rights Hotline is a collection of groups that have done counseling for people in the military. Service members and their families can call our toll-free number and get free information about a wide range of issues.
And a good number of people who call the hotline, I think, are actually questioning their role in the military and are seeking discharge to get out of the military. But there's also people who have grievance and complaints, and they need help working through the proper procedures to get help with a particular issue.
Part of the strength of the information we have is that a number of counselors have been handling cases for years, and we're able to give people a pretty good idea of what are likely outcomes because we've just seen so many cases. We know what the regulations say. A lot of times we talk to commands about different situations and how they handle them. We're getting a lot of information that allows us to give people a pretty clear idea of how different things will be handled, or what strategies are most effective, or what kinds of things are going to work best.
We came into this work as peace activists. We had been protesting war for years. We had committed civil disobedience at times. We've been to jail at times. Our experience with people in the military was literally on the other side of the fence at protests, or we might go to a military base and there they were and here we were. And it was very limited. And Quaker House gave us the opportunity to start to counsel people. And it was really an eye-opening experience for both of us to learn that our own military members are also victims of war in their own way. Because we were so moved by the stories, I think it really inspired us to try to get as much information into their hands as possible to empower them to make their own decisions, to take back control over their lives, because that's not what you have in the military.
Yeah, a big part of our job is just listening to each person and hearing what the details of their case are and looking for issues in their case that might make a difference and that might be leads on some avenue for getting them the outcome they're looking for. We get a lot of people calling us who have gotten so fed up with military life that they've already gone AWOL, which is absent without leave. That's what they call it in the Army and the Air Force. In the Navy and Marines, they call it UA, or unauthorized absence. So we get a lot of people who left, sometimes in a calculated way, sometimes they just got so fed up they left without really thinking about what they're doing. And they're calling us trying to minimize the damage they're in. How do I resolve this, ideally without going to jail and ideally without ruining the rest of my life?
And another piece of what we're doing when we talk to someone in those situations, they're under a lot of stress. They feel the whole culture of the military is to make them think that they are exceptional for feeling the way they are, that they're bad for feeling that they can't do this or that they don't belong there, that there's something wrong with them. So a big part of what we're trying to do just in our conversation with them or their family member is to reassure them that this is a very normal reaction to a very stressful environment, that there's nothing wrong with you.
If you are someone in the military or a family member of someone in the military and you're looking for help with issues you're having, either you're trying to get out of the military or you have grievances or problems with the way things are going, you can call one of our counselors. You can use our toll-free number, 877-447-4487, and speak with a counselor about what's going on. Our services are free, they're confidential, and we'll do what we can to try to help you look at different options you would have to move forward with your situation.